Have you or someone you know expressed an interest and desire recently to move, sell their current home, move into something different, maybe a different area, a different school district, a change, a move because of work, need more space, maybe less space? All of the normal reasons why people need to sell and move. But their hangup is they can't possibly sell their house with a 2 or 3% mortgage rate and go and buy something that's going to be at 6 or 7%. If you have anyone that fits into that category, please listen to the rest of this video and some ideas I'm going to talk about. Number one is there was a recent article in realtor.com that talked about porting the mortgage. I would like to maybe give a, I'll say this nicely, give a little piece of my mind to the person who decided to publish that article, because that does not apply to any conventional financing, FHA, basically any loan that I know of that your average person would take, unless you have a private money mortgage with an individual that's willing to transfer that. It doesn't work. So let's dispel that myth right here. But the other part is let's look at that individual and think about the big picture. I am used to asking people about their debt level. What do you have as credit card balances? What are your car payments? But even saying to that friend, hey, have you talked to your financial advisor to look at, what your blended, your effective interest rate is on all your debt, credit cards, everything, as well as your savings rate? What can happen, and again, this isn't going to work for everybody, but with house prices going up so much, a lot of people that already have a need or desire to move, they can sell their house, use the equity in that house to still put 20% or even maybe a little bit more than 20% down on the new place, but pay off credit card debt that's going to be at a high rate of interest, pay off even car loans. There's a strategy there that, yeah, we don't want to take a 5-year car loan and spread it out over 30 years, but there's definitely some strategies there that still allow you to buy and sell and put yourself in a better effective interest rate scenario. And here's something I wanted to share. This is the reality of the situation of what's happened over the last number of years in all of our bank accounts. These are some statistics that were just posted to us. And this gray bar here in the middle represents when the pandemic started to shut things down. And this top graph is people's personal savings rate. How much money were people saving in the bank? And you'll see these spikes up. This corresponds to government stimulus sending money out into the economy. You'll see a couple spikes, this one right here at the very, very edge of when the pandemic hit, but then also into 2021, there were a couple different stimulus bills that went into effect. Now, this bottom section shows credit card balances. So you'll see here it was going along at a certain rate, made a huge dip down right after the pandemic that corresponds with all this stimulus money. And then you'll see credit card balances were at an extremely low level here with, again, these other stimulus bills. People were doing the right things. They were paying off their credit card interest. But once those stimulus plans stopped, well, credit card debt started to go back up. The other thing that happened is here, most credit cards were at around 14%. But now, as we've gone into 2023 and the Fed rate has continued to increase, a lot of those credit cards are 20% and higher. The other thing is right now, average car payments in the US are $800 a month. That has doubled in the last 3 years. 17% of those are over $1,000 a month. So the reality of it, and people, your friends and your clients aren't necessarily going to want to admit to what their other debt really looks like, but this is something that they really need to consider. And hey, if going ahead and selling and buying that place that they really have that need to be in anyways, we can put a strategy or at least review the numbers with them to show them what is your true blended rate versus what will that blended rate be after the house purchase, even at that 6 or 7% interest rate. If you have questions, please reach out to me, share this with someone that you may feel knows someone that I could help. Thanks.